So right now, Monica Lewinsky is breathing easier tonight, for Diane Sawyer has replaced her as Hillary's worst person ever. In the hapless interview a few nights ago, Sawyer pushed Hillary on Benghazi security, taking her to that bad place we call the truth. I wonder if Hillary said she takes responsibility but wasn't making security decisions.
I take responsibility, but I was not making security decisions.
Oh, my goodness. I think we need a translator here who can speak bullcrap fluently, because that made about as much sense as mirrors for bats. It was the rhetorical equivalent of silly string. So she's responsible, but it's not her fault. Where did she learn this? Not from her husband, Bill. When he said, "I did not have sex with that woman," there was no but in that statement, only the ass who said it. So you got a presidential hopeful who not only shirked her role, but blamed a video to save her own hide. I'd say she's toast, but I'm avoiding carbs. But this interview reveals Hillary's true weakness. It's her competence. She's so bad, she makes John Kerry look statesmanlike. Her book rollout was as spontaneous as a glacier, yet she still stepped in more dog poop than a drunk mailman. As for those who still mock the importance of Benghazi, you must wonder why the person who took copious notes on the event cannot formulate a coherent response afterward, responding only with spasms of shifty evasion. The fog of Hillary, over time, has become clearer. She's all pantsuit, no cattle. Bob, you get that joke, right?
I certainly do, yeah.
All right, I'll go to you, but I want to play the whole sound on tape of the Sawyer piece when she was grilled.
Anything you personally should have been doing to make it safer in Benghazi?
Well, what I did was give very direct instructions that the people who have the expertise and experience in security apply it. Well, that is personal, though, Diane. I mean, I'm not equipped to sit and look at blueprints. I take responsibility, but I was not making security decisions.
Andrea, that is going to live forever. I take responsibility, but no.
And that's exactly what she did at the hearing, right? I
Yeah.
take responsibility, but it doesn't really make a difference. And then she said, "This is personal to me," and she welled up. So that's the Hillary playbook, right? Tears. I take the buck stops with me, but hold on, not exactly. This is why she's going to be such a bad candidate. She's never been a particularly good candidate. But we know from covering Benghazi extensively here on this show that she had cables sent to her directly by Ambassador Chris Stevens personally requesting more security. Now, if you also listen to her after he passed away, remember when she gave those remarks, she talked about him as a personal friend, a close and personal friend. So she's not just a bad Secretary of State, she's a bad friend. I mean, if you sent me an email saying you were in danger and you needed security and I was your friend and I'm Secretary of State, I would pay a little more attention to that. So when she says it's personal to me, it really isn't. She didn't care, and she would have been a lot shrewder had she said, "I should have focused more on this," but I didn't.
Hey, Eric, I want to play another shot. This is Hillary talking about the notes that she kept.
I like this. Did you keep a diary during your time?
I kept a lot of notes.
If the committee wants your notes, would you turn those over?
They can read it in the book. Let's see whether this is on the level or not, because that really matters to me. I don't want to be part of something which in any way politicizes or demeans the sacrifice that we saw happen there.
So if she shared her notes, that would be too political.
She doesn't want to be part of anything that demeans the sacrifice that we took.
Right.
Yet she said, at this point, what difference does it make? I mean, that was one of the most sense of entitled, arrogant statements I've ever heard, up until recently when she said the Taliban 5 that were released probably aren't going to be dangerous going forward. How do you know? How do you know? I mean, it really is that I know better than all of you. You people are all stupid. Just trust me, I know better.
I want to play that shot, by the way, and then I'm going to go to... I'm keeping Bob for last, because I know what he's going to do. I've just read his mind. This is Hillary talking about the Taliban 5.
These 5 guys are not a threat to the United States. They are a threat to the safety and security of Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's up to those 2 countries to make the decision once and for all that these are threats to them. So I think we may be kind of, missing the bigger picture here.
Kimberly, this interview has not been very good for her.
I know, it's really bad. I mean, besides Cantor's pollsters, like whoever prepped her for these interviews, fired. I mean, I'm really kind of shocked, to be honest, that she's this ill-equipped, this unprepared. Major mistake legally to admit that she has notes. Everyone's going to want that. And then now the way that she's handling this situation, to me, I mean, this woman must not be running the way she's behaving.
You have to cut her some slack.
I can't.
She was dead broke.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And please buy her book so that way you don't have to subpoena the notes.
Yeah.
It's in there.
She can't blame the Obama administration fully on this one. She should have distanced herself on this one, but she can't blame them because she needs them to support her in this election, right? So she probably says, oh, they're not a threat to the United States. You're right. They're going to be, what did you say, a book club when they're...
Yes. Yeah. All right, Bob.
She doesn't get it. That's the problem.
As you know, I don't comment on Benghazi. It is as much history to me as the First World War.
Yeah, I guess what difference does it make? It was, what, 2 years ago?
You want her in charge, though, of our national security when she thinks, I mean, they're not a threat test. Let Afghanistan or Pakistan deal with them. Wow.
All right.